Once upon a time, there was a teacher named Sophia. Hi, Sophia. Sophia had been a teacher in the town where she lived for so long that the kids she first had in her class grew up and had kids of their own and sent them to her class too. As she walked home from school one afternoon in November, she waved and smiled and nodded at all the familiar faces. Nearly everyone in town knew Sophia and loved her because not only was she an excellent teacher, she was very kind. When she got home that particular day, she found a note that had been slipped under the door. The note read,
I will be around tomorrow, and I'd love to come by for a visit. I wonder if I might stop at your house in the afternoon. Your friend, God.
Please join in saying the words as Erica lights the chalice, the symbol of Unitarian Universalism around the world. To remind ourselves of the light of truth, the warmth of community, and the fire of commitment.
Dear Sophia, I will be around tomorrow, and I'd love to come by for a visit. I wonder if I might stop by your house in the afternoon. Your friend, God.
At first, Sophia thought that note was a joke. But the more she thought about it, the more she realized that if it was a joke, it wasn't a very funny joke. And she couldn't think of anyone who would play a joke on her like that. Then she thought, what if it wasn't a joke? What if God really was going to come to her house tomorrow afternoon? Sophia thought that she should get ready, just in case. The first thing she did was go back out to the hardware store on her corner, where she bought one of those mats people put outside their front doors that say in big letters, "Welcome."
And welcome to Sunday's worship service at the First Unitarian Universalist Society of Burlington. I am Betsy Ferries, a member of the Worship Associates. It is appropriate that we acknowledge this sanctuary sits on the unceded land of the Abenakis. I would like to welcome everyone who's in our sanctuary and all of those that are streaming near and far. Welcome. As you are comfortable, I would like to acknowledge if there are any newcomers to our sanctuary today. If you are, would you be nice enough to raise your hand so we can acknowledge you? Great. Excellent. Welcome. I also want to announce that we have two of our wonderful welcome ambassadors with us, Kim and Doug Watkin. If you're here, would you stand and raise your hand in the back? And they will be with us afterwards at the coffee hour, which is downstairs in our community room. And there'll be tea, there'll be coffee, and lots of pies. Today's service is a special one. We are telling a story, and all of you are part of it. It's a story about a wonderful thing that can happen. It's a wonderful thing that can even seem like a miracle when people come together to talk, listen, to drink peppermint tea or hot cider, to play games, to sing, to cook, to eat delicious things like homemade bread or turkey and pie. Many thanks to creating this service to Erica Reef, our Lifespan Faith Development Director, to Reverend Tricia Hart, Director James Stewart, and a few other guests that will make a cameo appearance. Thanks to Demilly Eidson, who plays Sophia, star of today's story, and Becky Brooks, who wrote it. Let's continue with Sophie's guest.
That evening, Sophia cleaned her house. She scrubbed and polished until everything was sparkly. She cleaned her house from top to bottom. She brought in fresh flowers from the garden and put them in a vase in the living room. Sophia looked around with some satisfaction. She felt more prepared to welcome such a special guest to her home. But now she was tired and looking forward to a good night's sleep.
Let's be a part of this story together and welcome each other in with these words of Rumi. If you would mind standing with me in body or in spirit, and we'll sing together hymn 188, Come, Come, Whoever You Are. Come, come, whoever you are, wanderer, worshiper, lover of living. Ours is no caravan of despair. Come, yet again come. Come, come, whoever you are, wanderer, worshiper, lover of leaving. Ours is no caravan of despair. Come, yet again come. One more time, just our voices. Come, come, whoever you are, wanderer, worshiper, lover of leaving. Ours is no caravan of despair. Come, yet again come. Thank you for lending your voice. You may be seated.
In the morning, Sophia realized that she didn't know what God liked to eat. She decided she would bake some bread and roast a turkey and a tofurkey too. She would make a green bean casserole and bake a pie, apple pie. But what would God like to drink on this crisp fall day? Did God like cold cider or hot cider with spices? She thought she better have both. And what if God's favorite thing in the whole world was peppermint tea? She better have that too. She would probably have to go to the store. And while she's there, what else do you think she should get? I wonder what you would cook if you thought God was coming to dinner at your house tonight. Anyone?
I'd get some wine.
Wine. Wine might be important. Donuts. God might like donuts. What was that? Oh, I love spanakopita. Pizza. God must love pizza. Sweet potatoes? Cheese and sushi. What was that?
Girl Scout cookies.
Girl Scout cookies. Yeah, you'd have to save those. Pumpkin pie. Collins? Cupcakes. Cupcakes seem important. Melinda? A glass of water. Yeah. What else? Pecan pie. Lots of chocolate. But does God say pecan pie or pecan pie? Sophia, did you write all this down? Sophia was so nervous. She didn't know what to expect, but she started cooking. Just then, there was a knock at the door. You all have wooden pews, so maybe you could help me with that knocking. Sophia's heart went pat, pat, pat. She took a deep breath, opened the door slowly, and there on the other side were two friends, Reverend Tricia and Peggy.
Hello, Sophia. I'm really excited about an organization that's doing some really good work in the world, and I thought I would stop by and tell you about it, and Peggy's here too, to tell you something else. All right.
Sophia said, "I'm glad you're here. Come in, come in. I am expecting a very important visitor who you might want to meet. Please come in and tell me all about it."
Would you like to go first?
An important visitor beyond you, Reverend Tricia?
Oh, much more important than me.
Okay. So I came, Sophia and Reverend Tricia, now that you're here, and I invited you, I came, Sophia, to talk with you and Reverend Tricia, since you're here, and all your friends and neighbors here in the sanctuary, and all your friends and neighbors there on web, to let you know that we have some really fun and enlightening event coming December 3rd with Reverend Keith Crone coming from the UUA to work with us on the Beyond Categorical Thinking workshop, December 3rd, here in this lovely sanctuary, or you can join us on Zoom. That happens, it's a Saturday, and it's from 9 to 12. It's going to be fun. Did I mention that already? Lots of fun. The adults are going to have fun in here. The kids are invited to have super fun with a pancake and pajama party. I'm sorry, adults. No adults, just the kids. And we will be the adults will be in here to enjoy thinking about what do we think in our hearts and in our minds about the new minister, and making sure that we're all thinking as broadly and opening about the new minister that we have as possible. So hopefully people will RSVP. We'd like to know who's coming so we can best prepare. The link for that is on the UU website, or you can talk to me or any of the other ministerial search committee members. If you would raise your hands, we all have blue name tags. Or stand up, go ahead. So you can talk to any of us about your interest in joining us. That would be great. Thank you all.
Thank you, Peggy. So what I have to say is that this congregation that we're all a part of, you and I and Sophia and all of you, we take up offerings. We take up a collection every Sunday to remember that it's our work to keep this congregation alive and our work to give money away to organizations in the community or beyond that are doing the work that our values tell us matters. We're collecting money and giving money away this month to Vet the Vote, a new organization which is recruiting veterans, military veterans, and their families, military families, to help person the polls, to be present, the election that just happened and the ones coming up, to make sure that democracy works and that people feel welcome and safe and good about voting. So that's who we're sharing our gifts with, and we are going to, in a moment, take up a collection, and you don't have to, because you can also give online or in any other way that you want. By mail also works, but if you want to put something in the basket, Betsy's going to hold the basket right here, and we can do that. But before we do that, let us speak together the words of our offering dedication as we do every week. In gratitude, we gather these gifts in the service of our mission to inspire spiritual growth, care for each other and our community, seek truth, and act for justice. Thank you.
While Sophia and Reverend Tricia were enjoying a cup of peppermint tea, there was another knock at the door. Sophia's heart went pat, pat, pat. She took a deep breath opened the door slowly, and on the other side was the mayor of her town. "Hello, Sophia," he said. "I was walking by and smelled the delicious fresh bread baking." Sophia said, and you can help me with this. Oh, here it comes. "I'm so glad you're here. Come in, come in. I'm expecting a very important visitor who you might want to meet. Please come in and make yourself at home." Sophia and the mayor were sitting eating warm bread and having a nice discussion when there was another knock at the door. Sophia's heart went pat, pat, pat. She took a deep breath, opened the door slowly, and on the other side was a group of children from her class. Actually, can I have all of the children that are here today come up and join Sophia? Come right on up. Welcome, welcome. When the children arrived, they said, "Hello, Miss Sophia. We were walking by and noticed the smell of hot mulled cider." Sophia said, "I'm glad you're here. Come in, come in. I'm expecting a very important visitor who you might want to meet. Please come in and help yourself to some cider." The children started giving the mayor some much needed advice.
My question, what's a mayor? Do you know? What's a mayor? The mayor is like the leader of a town. Very good, yes. And what do mayors do? Okay, they might need some help. What do mayors do?
Run the city.
Run the city. Okay, does that involve a lot of running? Yeah. What? Sorry? Run meetings, yes. What else? What? They listen what? They make decisions. Do they make decisions? They cut ribbons. Did you know that? Mayors get to cut ribbons. Isn't that silly? But fun, yes. What else what? They raise money? They spend money. That's right, they spend money. I had that wrong, yes. All right. Do mayors ever need advice? Okay, so here's my question. Is there anything that you think a mayor, like this one, might need to know about kids and what kids need? What? More ice cream. Are you writing this down? Okay. Anything else? Something about schools. What do they need to know about schools? To have a school. Yeah, a high school. Oh, I've heard those are nice. Yes. Yes. Okay. And apparently mayors have cats, too. Is that a cat? Yeah. All right. All right. Is there anything else? This is your opportunity. Oh, I'm sorry. What? Do playgrounds. Do playgrounds. We need playgrounds, so make more playgrounds. Okay, what about playgrounds for grown-ups? Would any of you like a playground, a place that you could go? Oh my goodness. Okay, let's remember this. Okay, thank you very much. Excellent advice.
As I was saying, the children were offering the mayor some much needed advice, when all of a sudden there was a knock on the door. Sophia's heart went pat, pat, pat. She took a deep breath, she slowly opened the door, and on the other side was James Stewart, the director of music.
Oh, I get it. I get applause. Thank you. Hi, Sophia. I saw that the children were here, and I thought I'd come in and share some music with them.
And Sophia said, "I'm so glad you're here. Come in, come in. I am expecting a very important visitor who you might want to meet. Please come in and make yourself comfortable."
I plan to. Thank you, Sophia, and thank you, friends, for being here. If you're ready to sing a song with me, can you clap your hands twice? If you're ready to sing a song with me, can you say, "Oh yeah"? If you're ready to sing a song with me, can you say, "Oh yeah"? If you're ready to sing a song with me, can you look at the ceiling? If you're ready to sing a song, can you look at the floor? If you're ready to sing a song, can you look at your neighbor? If you're ready to sing a song, can you look at your thumb? And then can you look at me? I have some toys for us to play with, my friends. I would love it if each of you could come and grab one instrument that you would like out of here. And luckily, friends out there, you already have your instruments. They're your hands. And we'll be using these instruments to make a little song together to say thank you to Sophia for letting us into her house and for being such a fantastic host. So we're going to use our hands and our instruments to make a little bit of music. We're going to have a pattern of 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And your job is to play your instrument on beat 3 and beat 4. Can we practice that together? If we can practice that together, say, "Oh yeah." Oh, yeah. If we can practice that together, say, "Uh-huh." Uh-huh. All right, great. So let's do it together. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. Great. So we're going to do that together as we sing this song. And if you aren't familiar with this song, it goes a little bit like this. Oh, we give thanks for this precious day, for those gathered here and those far away, for the time we share with love and care. Precious day. All right, help me out, my friends. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 and a 2, 3, 4. 1 and a 2. Oh, we give thanks for this precious day. Sing with me. For those gathered here and those far away, for the time we share with love and care. Oh, we give thanks for this precious day. Oh, we give thanks for this precious day. For those gathered here, those far away, for the time we share with love and care. Oh, we give thanks for this precious day. Great. Give yourselves a huge round of applause. Do this for me. Put your instruments down. Give me a round of applause. Give me a square of applause. Give me a triangle of applause. And my personal favorite, give me a star of applause. Put your hand up way in the air. Put your hand way up in the air. Bring it down, pat yourself on the back, say, "I did a good job. I did a good job. I did a good job." Please put your instruments back in the bucket.
After singing with James, the children joined the party. Some helped the mayor make cranberry sauce in the kitchen. Some played with flashlights in Sophia's small backyard. Sophia was watching a group play Monopoly in the living room when there was a knock. Pat, 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 deep breath, open door. It was the whole UU choir. Hello, Sophia, they said. We heard all the laughter and thought you might be having a party. I'm so glad you're here. Come in, come in. I'm expecting a very important visitor who you might want to meet. Please come in and have some food.
Sorry.
Kids, you can go back to your seats now. All afternoon, people stopped by Sophia's house, lured by the yummy smells and happy sounds. The house was filled upstairs and downstairs and overflowed into the backyard and onto the front step. As they got hungry, they made dinner together and ate as the sun set and the moon rose. It was a great party. And then the choir sang. As they left, the choir mingled with the other guests of the party, sharing broad smiles, elbow bumps, and words of friendship. We can all do that right now, so let's turn to our neighbors and say hello. Sophia had such a nice time that day. She completely forgot about her very important guest. Even as she waved goodbye to her friends at the end of the night, she felt only contentment at having had such a lovely party.
So who or what to you is God? It's a question we don't often pose in this sanctuary. What would you be thinking if somebody said to you, or you found a note saying that God was going to drop by your house? After you decided it wasn't a joke, how would you know what kind of party to have? What God, whatever that means, might like to eat or drink or do? What kind of games God might like to play? Who or what is God? We're pretty sure, Peter, I'm going to tell this story. We're pretty sure that it isn't an old white guy with a beard sitting on a big chair in the sky. But once when Peter said that to a group of 8th graders at another Unitarian Universalist congregation, one child said, "It's not?" I think the best we can do, is not know. Not know for sure what God means to anybody else, and maybe not even to ourselves. It's a very old idea, though. More than an idea, it's a conviction, a belief that human societies have had, that somehow, somewhere, there is essential goodness and love and power, even more power than the mayor, to make good things happen. The question, of course, is, how does that power show up? How does it manifest in the world? And maybe that's where we come in. Maybe our willingness to some days, sometimes, have a party. Say yes, come in to people that we don't even know well, or maybe our best beloveds. Maybe our work is to invite into whatever part of the world is our space others, and in that shared community, make some beauty and some love and some hope and some laughter. Maybe
that's enough of an idea that we can work with for God. I would say that in our imaginations and our expectations of this good thing, it is wonderful to push our imaginations as we're making our potential guest list beyond the people that we already know, beyond the people that we already know how to play Monopoly with or make cranberry sauce. There are other people, too, in your life, who could be in your life. And together, you might make this thing that might be called God. We take time to acknowledge the joys and the sorrows that come with us to worship every Sunday. There are many sorrows that could be named. I will just say my sorrow, our sorrow for all of those grieving today for the loss of someone that they love from gun violence, including newly today, whole communities of people in Colorado Springs and at the University of Virginia and the University of Idaho and so many others. And our sorrow about all those who aren't sure where they can be safe and warm this winter. And not separate from that, but all mixed in together, so many joys. The joy of this week of holidays and gatherings and pies and arguments about stuffing. I don't know whether you have arguments about stuffing, but I do. And who gets to make the gravy? The joy of being together imperfectly, whether to share a bagel in the cold or a hot, fancy dinner. All of it is our work. And one more joy today to mention, joy that our own Charity Clark, mother and member of this congregation, is the first woman elected to the office of Attorney General in the state of Vermont. May our joy and our anticipation and our hopes and prayers go out to all those who have been elected to serve. Let us rest for a moment in the silence that we make, and then, as Sam plays, if you have a joy or a sorrow, a new understanding, a new friend, a new possibility of God or goodness in your life, and you'd like to come up and put a stone in the garden, the sculpture that we will make today, you can do that. Or you can stay right where you are. All are good ways to share. Let us be silent.
In the morning, Sophia woke up and remembered everything. She was confused. Whatever happened to God? All during her walk to work, she tried to figure it out. Along the way, she smiled and waved to the people she ran into who had been at the party. She thought to herself that she should really do that again sometime.
And we really should sing again. Please stand with me in body or spirit as we sing together hymn number 349, We Gather Together. We gather together in joyful thanksgiving, acclaiming creation whose bounty we share. Both sorrow and gladness we find now in our living. We sing a hymn of praise to the life that we bear. We gather together to join in the journey, confirming, committing our passage to be a true affirmation in joy and tribulation, when bound to human care and hope, then we are free. Thank you. Please be seated.
When Sophia returned from work the next day, she discovered another note slipped under her door like the first one.
Dear Sophia, I had such a wonderful time yesterday. The bread was delicious. The pie was divine. Hot spiced cider is my very favorite. Thank you for being such a wonderful host. I hope we can do it again soon. Love, God.
Please join me. We extinguish this chalice flame, but not the light of truth, the warmth of community, or the fire of commitment. These we carry in our hearts and share with the world until we are together again. And so our story ends. Sophia and her neighbors certainly experienced the warmth of community. As we leave here, what questions are you taking with you? I wonder how different the story would have been if Sophia turned everyone away to get ready for God. Go in peace.